Hi folks, I just wanted to make a video to talk about the motion sensing settings on the AccessPack. It's something we get asked about a reasonable amount, so it's worth going into in some detail. So as you can see here on the bench, I've got an AccessPack set up on a demo stand, and right now it's fast asleep. If I move this AccessPack, it wakes up and starts prompting for a card. If I put the AccessPack back down again, after a period of time, it will go to sleep. So let's just talk about that behaviour and the settings that affect it. This bit's important if you've got something like a battery-powered crane radio, because if the AccessPack doesn't go back to sleep again, it'll sit there looking for a card the whole time, and that consumes quite a bit more battery power, about triple or quadruple the amount of battery power that it consumes when it's asleep. So I've connected to this thing, and you can see all the usual settings. To get to the motion settings and tweak those, we need to be in advanced mode, and to do that I hold down Control and press A, and then we can have a look at the motion tab. So the relevant setting for this feature is motion threshold. Dragging that to the left makes it more sensitive to motion. Dragging it to the right makes it less sensitive to motion. You can see the text down the bottom changing. Setting it somewhere in the middle, sort of between 16 and 50, is a pretty good value. So if you find, for example, that your AccessPack isn't going to sleep, then you might drag that to the right a bit more. There is another reason why it might not go to sleep, and that's if on the card tab you had RFID scan timeout set to 0. Set to 0, it will scan indefinitely. It will never go back to sleep again. So you want to have that set to something sensible if you're going to use that, if you want the AccessPack to go back to sleep. So on a battery-powered application, I'll typically set that to 10 seconds. Okay, so now let's talk about how the motion settings, these other two, motion timeout and put-down timeout, affect the behaviour of the AccessPack in normal use. I'll wake the AccessPack up. I'll log into it. Now, because put-down timeout is greater than 0, motion-based log-off is enabled, and as long as I keep moving this thing, it'll stay logged on. When I put it down again, after a fairly short period of time, because I've got all of these settings set, it starts to warn me. If I pick it up again and put it down, it'll be about 4.2 seconds after I put the thing down that it starts to warn me that it's about to log off. If I change that out to 10 seconds, this is motion timeout, the first of the two parameters here. This is the one that determines how long after I put this AccessPack down before I start warning the operator that I'm about to log them off. And you'll see now that it's out to about 10 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, oh yeah, about now-ish. There you go. Alright, so we'll set that to back to 4 seconds again. Put down timeout is how long will I warn the operator for before I log them off. So you might be able to set that. Let's set that to 7 seconds. So here we go. I'll put it down, and in about 4 seconds time, 4 maybe. There you go. It's warning me. 4, 5, 6, 7. Ish. Now it's, you can't see it there, now it's logged me off. So again, motion threshold here determines how sensitive it is to motion. Motion timeout determines how long we warn the operator, how long before we warn the operator that we're not detecting any motion and that we might be about to log you off. And put down timeout, this setting, is how long we warn the operator for before we do log them off. The reason we split these two settings up is so that we can we're not constantly warning the operator that we're about to log them off. You'll note that the largest combination of these two is about 50 seconds, give or take. The reason for that is that if you want to be able to walk away from a piece of equipment for more than a minute and without it logging off, then we can't guarantee that somebody else doesn't come along and pick up that equipment and start using it. So if you want to do that, then we recommend that you set put down timeout to 0, which disables motion-based log-off, and you get your operators to hit the e-stop. And that's really all there is to motion setting. It's pretty simple to set up, and it's a powerful feature of the AccessPack system. Cheers.